Hi there, and welcome back to Julie's Forgiveness Corner. I'm Julie, and in today's lesson, we are going to read a story called Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day. Before we read the story, I want to review with you what we talked about in our last lesson. Do you remember the story that we listened to in our last lesson? That's right. We listened to a story called Dumbo. And we learned that when we show respect for others, we treat them in the same way that we would like to be treated. A loving heart that enables a person to see the value or worth in others can result in respectful behaviors and attitudes. All people, including each of you, is worthy of respect. Respectful behaviors can have a good effect on individual people and on entire communities. Today, we are going to learn about generosity. When we give of our possessions, time, love, and kindness, we are giving generosity. The fruit of a loving and kind heart is generosity. Throughout this next story we are going to read together, I want you to watch for signs of generosity as you listen to the story. And now, let's listen to an abbreviated version of the story, Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day, from Disney's The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. This story takes place on a very windy day. Winnie the Pooh walks to his thinking spot to think. His friend Gopher stops by to tell him that it's Wednesday. Pooh went to wish his good friend Piglet a happy Wednesday because it was so windy and Piglet is such a small animal. He was having trouble staying on the ground. So Pooh tied a string around him. Piglet flew in the air like a kite. It was so windy that their friend Owl's house blew right out of the tree and was ruined. Their other friend Eeyore vowed to find Owl a new home. Later that night, it rained so hard that when Winnie the Pooh woke up, his house was filled with water. It rained and rained. Poor little Piglet started to float away in a flood of water. So he wrote "Help" on a note, put it in a bottle, and floated it away. At the same time, Pooh was trying to save his honey when he fell head first into one of the honey pots, and he floated away too. Everyone else gathered at Christopher Robin's house. Eventually, Pooh and Piglet both floated over a waterfall and right up to Christopher Robin's house. Christopher said Pooh saved Piglet, and threw a party for Pooh the hero. Just then, Eeyore came by and announced that he had found a new home for Owl. But the home he found was actually Piglet's house. Piglet was too nice to tell Owl that it was really his house. So he let Owl have his house. Christopher Robin threw a party for both Pooh and Piglet. Piglet was a hero for giving Owl his house. The end. Now won't you join me for a discussion session?